What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out this UWS low profile crossover design toolbox on our 2020 Ford F-150. Right away I want to explain the low profile design. That means the top of the box is only going to add a little bit to the top of your bed rail. So this one's about 3 inches is what it adds. If you look at the back window on your F-150, you can see it's still underneath the headrest, so it's not going to impede any of your vision when you're looking out that rearview mirror. Looking down here, this is going to be where I said the crossover style. It means it doesn't go all the way down to the bed. It looks like we got 5 3/4 inches of space. If we didn't have that truck mat in there, it's pretty thick, so that's going to eat up a little of the space. But the gap's going to be good for fitting other things in the truck bed, so it doesn't sacrifice the whole bed. You can put a ladder or something thinner than that underneath and still be able to close the tailgate. And if you look along the sides, this one's got a wedge cut, which is unique. That way it gives you plenty of space to get back to those tie-down points towards the front of your truck. Now let's open up the box. You got the 2 latches. There's going to be one on the passenger side, one on the driver's side. The one on the driver's side is actually going to lock, and that'll lock both of them. But when it's unlocked, you can go to either side, pull on the latch, and a little open on its own. Gas strut's pushed up pretty nicely. It's not super aggressive. It seems like it's kind of slow for here, and once you get to about here, it fully opens. I'll show you again. But at least the lid opens on its own. You won't have to lift it up on there and push it back. Now, one thing I will point out about the low profile is it's nice that it's only that 3 inches, but you do sacrifice having the latch on the side. So weather guard makes a box where the buttons are out here on the side. You can easily hit that with your elbow while you're walking by, and it's gonna be on either side. And a lot of people like that because you don't have to get into the bed for any reason. If your bed was fully loaded, it could be kind of hard to get up here to the latch to undo it. Then you could just hit that button on the side, but then that's not gonna be low profile. That's gonna be 5 inches tall, so then you're not gonna have that sleek look to the toolbox. Going back to the latches, the strikers can be adjusted, so if it's not hitting just right or latching the way you like it, you can loosen this and move it around just a little bit to get it exactly how you want it. Then coming back down here towards the latches, you see it's got a nice guard here. I like that because it guards that rod that connects both latches and makes them work in unison. Just in case you aren't looking, you throw something heavy in there, it could actually damage that. This helps protect against that. One thing that isn't protected is going to be the gas strut. So it's right here, it's exposed, it doesn't have its own segment. Some of the toolboxes, they do have their own spot in there when you go to close it. So that's something to be careful of. Now, with it wedged the way it is, I guess I would just be careful of putting a bucket right here, but because it's angled, you wouldn't be able to do that. You'd have to put your gear and stack it right there. So it is kind of out of the way. If I was to go close it, you wouldn't be able to put anything on that angled side. Looking at the inside of the toolbox, it's gonna have 10 cubic feet of space. And you also have this tray I like. That way if you have to reach in here a lot for tools and you want the most used ones up top, you easily just sort it out in this tray and it'll be easier to get to that way. Now the tray also slides on the track back and forth. So that's nice too. Whatever side you're on, you can slide the tray over there. And it's also made of plastic, so it's gonna make less noise when you're going down the road. Coming back to the lid, it's going to be foam injected, so that's going to help not only insulate the box, but the lid hold its shape. So if you were to throw something heavy up on the box, it's not going to be as easily to dent because that's going to be kind of a structure for that lid. You also have the gas struts here, like we mentioned. Those can be replaced. We have replacements on the website from Atlas. Those are going to be a good thing to have if they eventually wear out and the lid just doesn't open as easily as it used to. You can actually swap those out before you have to get a whole new box. All around the outside of the lid, you're going to see this foam, and that's going to help weather seal it for any of the elements. Not only that, but when I bring this down, you can see it doesn't just stop at the top of the toolbox. The lid actually comes down and covers quite a bit more. So it's going to be harder for any of the elements to get up and in. Taking a look at the box with it's closed, it's going to be a black powder coat aluminum with a diamond pattern on the top, which I think is going to hold up longer than some of the flat matte black boxes. Those are easily scratched and you can see every little dent in them. This one's going to have that textured look, so you're not going to be able to spot that or damage it as easily. Looking at the sides, it mounts really easily too. You don't have to drill any holes. You just got a J-hook that goes down and through this slot and attaches underneath the bed rails, and that's what holds it in place. It was really easy to install that J-hook with the washer and the nut, tighten down with a ratchet, and it holds real tight. Overall, I think it's a nice addition to your F-150. I think it's going to be great to keep all your tools organized and locked up. Plus, that's going to help you make sure your bed's open for anything else you want to throw in there. You won't have tools scattered all about. Well, I think that does it. Thanks for hanging out and hope this helped.